Yo, yo, yo to the yo, 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 and wee, I made it. We're working on the run of show today just a little bit, so if there's some bops and weaves and everything like that, that's what's happening on my end. And today we are going to be discovering more about the CEO of Etsy. We're going to be visiting a Bloomberg interview that he did in 2020, and I've pulled the transcript and I've taken it over to um, AI to kind of pull some of the points, the power points from the interview. So I'll be going back and forth between the transcript from the actual event and the idea about how I can do a unpack the CEO strategy with an intro talking about his early career, from policy to entrepreneurship, adaptability and transferable skills, his transition to Etsy, being a great corporate citizen. That part of it, I would love to be able to actually share the actual interview. I will drop the link to the interview down below so that you can watch it yourself. As I said, it is an interview that goes back to September 14th, 2020, and it is the Bloomberg Cornell Tech Series with Josh Silverman, CEO of Etsy, and these are their kind of their highlight reel. So once again, back in September of 2020. So some years have gone by. However, we want to begin to understand this CEO that has quite a CV actually. And I went over to X today, and he will be a guest speaker at a conference coming up on April 24th, I believe. We'll go over to X and make sure that we know about that because maybe there'll be a recording of it. I believe it's an in-person event. Maybe there will be a recording that will be posted on YouTube, and that will put us in close connection with how he is thinking today. So a lot of this unpackingness is we do have to go back in time and then work our way up so that we have a full understanding of the CEO. I feel is very important. You have to always be willing to go through the front door and understand how where their leadership is coming from, understand maybe perhaps the struggles that they're up against, and that will all translate to how you know, uh, what your particular mindset is about being a shop owner on Etsy. And it can go all sorts of ways using their colors, which we're doing today, understanding that their new features, such as gift mode, really understanding it, visiting the website incognito so that you're seeing it as new people coming onto the platform, and so that you can make that connection between a powerful website, discoverability, and where you fit in and how you can best complement this incredible business. There's plenty of time to, have casual conversations about annoying things, right? And this is in every business. However, to make it your mission on YouTube, and I do believe that we are going to be moving into streaming live with your shop, and you are coming from there, you cannot be complaining about everything, this, that, and the other, and find few redeeming qualities about the CEO's strategy. It's just, it's an unfair advantage that we have when we lift our voice and we want to just speak what's on our mind. We get a little bit of information. We have a great, co-host, and then we're just mashing it out right on YouTube. So want to try and switch that up. I'm speaking about it a little too long. I describe it at home, and it seems to make sense. But I just want to be the good neighbor here, or the gift to the street, and to the Etsy streets. And I know that there are others that feel the same way. They have successful stores. Every store has its own struggles, but that they are there because there is no better place to um, have a shop. So that's where we're coming from. Alrighty. First things first, which is the one thing that I do know is, and let's make sure that we can get the chart up, and we'll go ahead and we'll put the add a chart to the stage, and let me bring the banner down. And there we go. All right. Hi, everybody. So we are only going to show the biggest chart that we possibly can, and just over time you'll see. Okay, this is not about anything other than seeing what the company is up against as far as being a stockholder of Etsy. So we can see the birth of the company, crazily enough, was an April 1 day, I believe. It was an April 1st day, 2015. So you'll see it over here. April 1st is when it first traded. And of course, we have the global pandemic and the rise in many stocks look like this. And then, of course, the sheer fall off here. And we are at this trough right here, which is pinning over this peak right here of February 19th. We are, imagine that many years back. And going back that far and looking at the company might be something that we want to do in a future show. But this is what he's up against. This is what he has to face. He is the CEO of a publicly traded company, currently trading at $66.70 off of its peak of 274.58. This is not a great morning to have. And I do believe that a CEO that comes from some sort of inner strength and experience in their life deserves um, at least acknowledgement and understanding. This is how I feel about it. So that's the reality here. This is no matter what your shop is doing today, being that it is a publicly traded company, you want the stock to be healthy. You want to be able to see this trough of horror figure its way out. Maybe it does have to go to the superior lows that is sub 40 before we see a flattening and then a rise back up. You do not want to see this stock return to pre pandemic levels that are sub $10. You do not want that to happen. Now, your kind words on YouTube and your attitude towards Etsy on YouTube, they transmutate in a way to everything, to so many people. Some of these channels have a lot of followers, so you're reaching an audience and you're making an impact on, let's say, the innocent people that are just right there. They're right there, and they want to start their shop. You know, um, they've had this idea for most of their life. They've been sharing their ideas most of their life, and they just say, you know what? I am headed to Etsy Streets. That's where I want my shop. I'm gonna, just put my mark, put my banner up, and take my pictures and do everything right and have an Etsy store. And that's kind of my dream. It's my passion, and I'm going to do it. They go onto YouTube. They go around, they take a look at what's available for Etsy, and what do they see? It'd be bad, people. It'd be bad. Let's check our mic levels just to make sure. Okay, we are good. So this is why we're starting to look at the chart so that I can get real with what I know, and without scaring anyone, that you were here for thumbnails and learning about the CEO strategy, that if we don't understand where the company sits, it's hard for us to listen to anything that the CEO says with any sort of remembrance. And I do believe we need to remember this very smart person who's up against a lot today, even though the trade is up today. I have to go tell you about that later. Okay, so we that's the chart. So the very first thing, let me go ahead and get rid of my banner because that doesn't make any sense anymore. Now does it? Okay, take that out there. So this is just the Etsy stock. So our first thing that we're going to be doing every single day is sharing the chart so that we get real. There we go. Then the next thing is let us make sure that you guys know about this Bloomberg. And I think that we will share this tab right now. Share this tab instead. And that should go over and just plunk over in just a moment. Take that. This is the interview that I'm referring to with Bloomberg back in 2020. And I'm going to read a little bit just straight from the transcript and then go over some of the points that AI told me to pull out and um, highlight. And I can't play this, by the way. I know other people would play it, but I'm not going to be playing it. But this is where you would go. And I will put the link to the video in my, here's the link to the video. There we go. And there we go. So there are introductions that go on, and the interviewer goes straight into, um, well, let's go ahead. It's because it's not that long. It's 4.5 minutes. So she says, I want to start and go back a little bit in time to your history because before Etsy and before Skype and before Evite, you came out of Brown University in the early 1990s. You worked for New Jersey Senator Bill Bradley. So you started off in government and public policy. How did you go from that to entrepreneurship and technology? And he says, yeah, it's a good question. My goal was really to have a positive impact on my community and my society. And I thought that politics would be a good way to do that. Number one point for Josh Silverman, he wanted to have a positive impact on my community. So, what are we going to do? We are going to mimic the CEO and all the things that we do with our shop and on the platform. And that is to have a positive impact on the community. Okay, we'll go ahead and print that out or grab that. Make sure, I'm going to put that here on a banner. Number one, let me get us over to my StreamYard and delete that. And we want to have a positive impact on our community. Okay, that's what he has to say. Number one, positive impact on our community and my society. And I thought that politics would be a good way to do that. And I was super passionate about healthcare reform, which became an important topic in the early 1990s and is still a very important topic today. And I was lucky enough to get a job working for a senator. And I think that what worked for me was I didn't give myself a plan B. This is fascinating. Came into this, graduated, bright guy, had a very single set motion, in place, and he did not give himself a plan B, something that we all hear about. So fascinating there. So, number one about him is that he was willing he did not have a plan B. How many creators do we know that have it in them to not have a plan be ever. We're just so focused, head down. We're either in production mode, we're in social crafting mode, we're a photographer, we're a business owner. Having a plan B takes too much time, and he did not have a plan B. That is fantastic. Does it work today? That would be a good thing to explore. So he did not have a plan B. He had a plan A, and plan B was to make plan A work. He didn't have a plan B, the plan A, and plan B was to make plan A work. Love that. There we go again. Plan A was to make plan not need a plan B because plan A was going to work. Love that. Okay, let's keep going. So I slept on couches in Washington, D.C. I graduated with no job, and I just knocked on doors until I could talk my way into a job. Once again, wonderful way, right? When we're starting our shop at the very first time, we're sleeping on couches. We're getting in there without really a job because we haven't sold anything, so we have no idea what the real job is going to entail, and we just keep knocking the doors down of opportunity. He says that he knocked on doors until I could talk my way into a job doing what I loved, which was trying to fix the healthcare system for the United States government. This notion that you know what you're going to do for the rest of your life seems really overwhelming, and it can cause one to get really stuck. For me, a goal that is maybe 3 to 4 years out, do I feel would be a great accomplishment over the next 3 to 4 years? That would have had me doing something I believe has purpose, that would have been learning skills that are transferable. Here we go. If he could relive that, he would make sure that that purpose was allowing him to learn skills that are transferable and working with great people. So here we go into that, you know, moment of realizing that you have to be flexible and that you have to surround yourself with great people. So I believe the interviewer goes, let's forward a couple of years now and move on to Etsy and how you were on the board of directors for about 6 months before you were named CEO of the company. Now, this CEO appointment came out of a difficult time for the company because it had been only listed for about 1.5 years. There were activist investors who were getting in on the action, buying up stakes, and making their presence felt. The previous CEO was also ousted. The previous CEO of Etsy was ousted from the company. So we know this board is, oof, that's some kind of crazy story there. The previous CEO was ousted. There was a round of firings even then. What was the transition like for you? It was really hard. I mean, morale was very low. So recognizing that when morale is low, the CEO has really got to, get to work. And there were a lot of questions about what Etsy's role and purpose was. And I want to say that Etsy had always had the best of intentions. It had really wanted to prove to the world that it could be a great corporate citizen and a great business. But the business part wasn't going very well. And so that meant that we had to make a lot of very difficult decisions in a short amount of time. To allow Etsy to continue, on as an independent company, we had to really prove to the world that we deserved to exist as a standalone business. And that meant making a lot of really tough choices. Interviewer says, I want to touch on that idea you brought up about being a great corporate citizen and a business. Are those two ideas inherently in conflict? How do you go about reconciling them in a world where the gap between the haves and the have nots, and we're talking people and companies here, just keep getting wider? He says, I think that one of the most important myths that I would like to debunk, and I think with that, see if there's one thing we can do together with that, see, is to help debunk the myth that being a great corporate citizen comes at the expense of being a great business or vice versa. In fact, being a great citizen makes you a better business. And so you need to do the two in conjunction. And in fact, my fear for Etsy was that it was performing very badly from a stock performance, and that the world was hearing was, well, that's because we're trying to be a good citizen. And that connection, I think, is incredibly damaging. If you look at the state of politics today, it's pretty tough to see government being really effective at getting a lot done for us. If our corporate leaders can't step forward, pardon me, and make a positive impact on the world, where are we? We need companies to step forward and have a positive impact. We need companies to step forward and have a positive impact. So here we go with this notion again. We have to be good citizens, we have to step up, and we have to have a positive impact on our shops. And very much believe that being a great citizen is part and parcel with being a great business. And I think we've done a lot to show that at Etsy. At the same time that our stock price is up 13-fold and we have become an entirely zero carbon company, we've become much more diverse and inclusive, and we have significantly improved our economic impact. Economic empowerment that is the core of our day job is the core of our social mission. So, the economic empowerment that is the core of our day job. Okay, so he does believe, let me go back to my StreamYard here, that all of this is to empower us economically, empower the shop owners economically, economically. All right. Empower the shop owners economically. In every way, I think we are measurably and demonstrably a much more socially responsible company at the same time that we are financially successful company. Now, is that everything? I think that is the whole interview. Yeah. Okay. So quite a few things that can be pulled from there, but let me go ahead and run through the little bit of overview script. So on three, two, one. Let's start by going back a bit. Before you were building online marketplaces and tech companies, you were working for Senator Bill Bradley in the early 1990s. That's quite a jump from government and public policy to the world of startups. What made you take that leap? So he goes through his goals, not having a plan B. We covered that already, and working for the healthcare system. adaptability and transferable skills. That's a fantastic perspective. You mentioned not giving yourself a plan B and focusing on transferable skills. This is great advice for anyone starting out in their career. Can you elaborate on why that's so important? And then we have to insert that part of the interview. Let's fast forward a few years. You joined the board of directors. We already went over that. Stock prices were low, blah, blah, blah. We did that. Insert a clip. Being a great corporate citizen, one of the things you mentioned was the pressure for companies to be profitable while also being a good corporate citizen. I want to focus on this a little bit because it's possible that the pressure to be a profitable Etsy shop does interfere with us being good citizens on the outside to other shop owners and other people that are coming into the website. And also, how can you uh, define your own impact and how do you balance that all out? And then there's a conclusionary. Okay, so I think we covered pretty much everything on that one article. We'll continue going through and finding good interviews that we can have the transcript of so that we have an idea. But back in 2020, I think we have a pretty um, decent view of some of the wobbly bits of Etsy and also his very um, like far, right, distant. And what my question, I guess, would be is that we need some real life examples and how, if he was to be mirrored, who are the people, who are the shop owners on the site that mirror this um, outlook. And as we move across time, I'm sure that we're going to be learning about more of his outlook. Okay, so we had a couple of good ideas there, I think. So I'm pretty happy with what we know. So let's go ahead and take the Bloomberg um, down, 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 and stop sharing that. And remember, we get to build a thumbnail today for tomorrow's event. And let's go ahead and bring up the one that we're on today. Etsy Secret Weapon, Unpacking the CEO Strategy, and Thumbnail Creation. And we're right at the 35-minute mark, so we're doing good. Our second part of this, we do the thumbnail creation. So I think that works for Run of Show. We share the stock price. We go over what the CEO is up to today. I would take you over to Twitter. Um, and so we can take a look at some shops that are actually sharing on Twitter. Is that something that you guys want to do? So let's go ahead. We're just going to type in Etsy. We're going to go into the latest. And I suppose we can do that. Yeah, why don't we do that right now? So the next bit of business would be to present what's going on over on X. And share. And bring them up. Okay, add to stage. And remove. Let's make that bigger so we can see it and go over some of the things that we're seeing here. So this is the latest. Etsy is our search phrase and our latest. Okay, and then that way we're seeing refreshing. So uncut sewing patterns. I love that niche. That's very fun. Once again, more easy knit hoodie, uncut sewing patterns, watercolors from a shop called Moody Blooms. It's a DPI, so it's a digital download. That's very vibrant, isn't it? Here are some Good Omens decks. They're okay, so they're describing which ones are fake. Here's a tulip wreath from a creator from Candy's Wreath Shop. Another Vogue pattern. Original art. Another Vogue pattern. A silver elephant necklace with rose quartz. Um, K-pop light stick stand. Okay. You just buy the stand, I guess. More patterns. Vintage white bamboo wicker bird cage. Another butterick pattern. Actually, I'm going to open this up and let's type. This is a rare find. And I'm going to take a picture of that one. It is $8 by a shop owner, Linda K Designs. Okay, keep going down. Abstract cat painting. We the People. This is also another digital download file for the laser engravers. Or these are beads of some sort. So this is in a foreign language from Etsy. More patterns. Big pattern day today. A driftwood bird sculpture called Old Susie. All right. Sublimation design, once again, download, and so forth and so on. This is all 4 minutes ago, by the way. So there are a lot of X handle carrying X people that do post on Etsy. And it just goes on and on and on. I think we'll run through this probably. Um, and silk robe, embossed Christmas card, more jewelry, painting, vintage Revereware, more jewelry, and we get a good idea. And understand, this is just 7 minutes ago, so I think that that's a good segment for the show. Sorry if I'm scrolling back up. Um, go here and go to the top section here, and then I'll stop sharing. Okay, and stop sharing instead of scrolling. You guys don't want to see that scroll happen, probably. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. So we've done the stock chart. We've gone through the interview about Josh. We've taken a look at X. And now it's the favorite part of the day building out a new thumbnail. And we start by, let's see here. We start by going over to Etsy as a incognito window. Go to Etsy. I'll be pulling it up in just a moment. Bring that down. Present. Take the sound off and share. And bring him up and add him to the stage. Okay, so here we are. Etsy looks very much like it did yesterday. So we have the lavender and the purple, but we're focused on the gift mode personas. So let's go ahead and take us over to gift mode. And we are looking for all of the, going to go right click here. And we saw all of them yesterday. So let's make sure, where did we get that from, guys? Let's see, where did we get that from? Gift mode, gift mode. If I go the host, I want the carousel. Okay, need the carousel, guys. So where did we get that from yesterday? Give me just a moment. Okay, gift mode. Here we are. This is a global navigation. And get inspired. Okay, maybe we go here. Oh yeah, get inspired takes us to all the personas. So we were at the 90s kid yesterday. So here we go. The next is the adventure, which is this one here, keeps us in that salmony world. The alien obsessed, the anime fan, Aquarius, the art admirer. So let's go with the art admirer. The art admirer. And here we go there. So we know it's the purple. What do? We have to grab the purple. Remember when I said that I didn't have the color picker? I had no color picker on the incognito window. So let's bring that down, and we know that we're going for the art admirer. And we're going to take the color picker and maybe a couple of layers down, but we'll take it from my studio. And the purple color is, let's go here. So this is the, I just have to call it purple for now. That is the purple. And the other part of it was, let me go back. The art admirer is the purple and the green. The purple and the green. So go to my color picker and come over here and grab the green. Take the hex code, X out, and then the green is here. There we go. And we're good there. Okay, and the purple, and we'll do the green first of all. I'll go over to my banner because I already have it in my copy paste, and we'll change it there. So we know that it's the purple and the green. We are so good to go there. We'll X out of the couple of windows here that we don't need anymore and open up another StreamYard window. And we're going to share this tab instead. So let's have some fun with this. Now, because I'm going to take a deep breath. I know that I'm live. I'm on mic. This is part of the tutorial work that we're doing. So we're going to try and run through this. And the bigger plan is to take it from 12 minutes. That's how long it took me yesterday, to about 3 minutes. From 12 minutes to 3 minutes on how in the world I build this, the concept of creating thumbnails that are perfectly aligned with gift mode on Etsy, all the personas that are out there. And this is we are working on the persona, the art admirer. The art admirer. Okay. So here we go. We've all been here before. If you're with StreamYard, you know how to get into your streams and recording window. Not a biggie. If you are not on StreamYard, down below, you can grab my affiliate link that will take you over to all of the sign up and so forth and get you into what I feel is the best one to have of all of the streaming platforms is to start with StreamYard, and you'll be very happy. So we want to get into our streams and recordings. The way that this layout, it gives you the upcoming, which is the upcoming, and the past streams. And we are currently in this live stream right now. We want to create what? Well, we want to create a live stream. And we need for the destination select the destination to be YouTube. And this is my destination for YouTube. Yours will look different, but you'll still see the icon for YouTube. And I just put a period marker at the title and the description because it makes it easier because I'm building out something that's artistic and I can come back and rework the title and you'll see how we're going to do that. As far as privacy, we are making our stream public. Remember, we're building the thumbnail for tomorrow's stream at 9:55 in the morning. And we're going to schedule that right now. We must do that in order to get the thumbnail creator. So we're going to schedule. That'll drop down the menu for the scheduler and it will be for Friday the 5th at what time, guys? At 9:55, not PM, AM. The next step is dealing with your thumbnail. If we had already built a thumbnail, we would upload it using this upload, but we're not. We're going to be creating with AI. This is the newest feature, create with AI. Don't make the mistake of coming down to create live stream because that will actually create the live stream without a thumbnail. You make it and maybe a little pop-up that says, wait a minute, you don't have a thumbnail. Do you want to create one now? But for right today, it's create with AI. And we're going to hit that button. Create the thumbnail brings you the default, the famous Dodger blue default. There's my period marker for the title. Here it is here. Just add an ellipsis so that you can see that that's where the actual title goes. And we have different layouts that we can choose from. But what we want to do is we want to change the color. Now remember the color that I had was still already in my copy and paste. So that makes things really um, easy to do. So I've selected my green color. There's the green. And I'm going to add more to the title here. Um, Later. So we're going to keep that blank right now. So the layout, this is the max of 2 people. So we want to go ahead and the art inspired. We definitely want to have our logo come up. And we definitely want to have, well, let's have a snowflake. There we go. Oop, see what I did? Go back to create, live stream, come down, create with AI, and it should still be there. And maybe let's see here. Oh yeah, okay. So we have the Etsy logo and we're going to change it from, we're going to put the snowflake up top, just like that. So that's on, so the Etsy logo is on top, pardon me. There's no title, but we'll put the title in there. That's where the title would go. Scroll up again. We're going to go to the second layout. That's a max of 2. Remember your title is going to be on the left. This has all been margined to the right. We're going to now in the third layout, we'll be able to see more of where the color is going. There's the black with the green with the gradients towards black. I'll go ahead and I'll put the ellipsis there and you'll see that this is an angled text only setup. The next one is 4 people. 4 people. We just want to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and add Josh, and that's 3, and then we'll add Marilyn, and that's 4. You'll see right away now that we have the green, which is really modeled down here more, and then this new purple color. The green and the purple color. So we talked about the purple before. And I need to go back to my studio, and we're going to grab the purple, the 8C8AF. 8C8AF1, and that's the purple, and there you go. So the 2 colors that they're using over at Etsy are the 2 colors that they're using on the StreamYard AI. So we're getting to see a little bit more about how that all works there. And then we'll do the purple one. We'll set it up for the purple. Oh dear, I didn't do that right, did I? Oh, here it is here. Grab it from my studio and put him over here. And there we go. And that's a lovely setup. Oh, there we go again. I've got to stop doing that. Create with AI. I'm really going to mess myself up. We have 4 pictures. We have this lovely tone on tone using the purple and the Etsy. And let's go ahead and we're going to remove some of these so that what we're designing is pleasant enough. I'm going to remove that. And we love Marilyn. And our tomorrow is going to be the art admirer. The art admirer. Go over to my live stream AI and I want to do a please help me with a YouTube title for the art admirer persona. Okay, we'll get some ideas. The art admirer persona. Who is the art admirer persona? Okay, we have many to choose from. Exploring the world of art history and appreciation, unveiling masterpieces, join the art admirer, learn about art, artists, and movements. Oh, okay. I like that one. Hidden gems of art history, discoveries with the art admirer, beyond the canvas, unveiling the stories beyond art and the art admirer, become an art expert, learn from the art admirer. Oh, okay. There we go. We are going to go with become an art expert, learn from the art admirer. And that's going to be our title. Become an art expert, learn from the art admirer. And thumbnail creation. And we are going to learn from the Etsy art admirer. Learn from the Etsy art admirer. We want to think, learn from the Etsy art admirer and thumbnail creation. So the Etsy art admirer, who is that person? So let's go. I'm going to go ahead and go into for the person with the keenest eye for creativity. Ooh. I'm going to take that and come on over to Google Images and go to Images, and we're going to grab the very first thing, keen eye, keen eye. Stephen Covey wrote, when a person has access to both the intuitive creative. So do we take it from Stephen Covey? There's not really a lot in here. See more anyway. We're looking for, oh, okay. Okay. The art admirer, a lot of eyeballs. Looking for one particular person. The art admirer. Jeez. Art admirer persona. There is not one particular person. There is an eyeball that we might be able to use. The art admirer. Isn't this fascinating? Oh, let me share this tab. Let me share. There we go. The art admirer. The art. Sorry, I'm repeating. So let us see. Well, we can do Oscar Wilde. Okay. Oscar Wilde. And let's go ahead and grab one of his portraits. Let's go ahead and grab maybe this portrait here. And we're going to, what are we going to do? Going to grab a screenshot of Oscar Wilde. There we go. And go ahead and stop sharing and go back to present. Oh, okay. And go here. There we go. All right. This is extreme magic. Watchy watch. Upload a picture from my desktop. There's Oscar. Grab the screenshot. Open Oscar up. And here is where we are going to be cropping the profile picture of Oscar Wilde. Look at this. It has already removed the background. Okay. You can see the background there. It's already removed the background, and we are going to save it now. It does save it, and Oscar is going to find himself on top of our thumbnail. And there he is. Become an art expert, learn from the Etsy admirer, and thumbnail creation. So you'll notice that this is all centered up. Now, if I move it, we're going to move along because now we know we want Oscar Wilde and the Etsy logo. Move over to 2 people and we'll find something completely different. And that's kind of fascinating. And then we come to the text only, become an Etsy expert. So we know that the maximum of 2 people, we can go with this one here, which we get more of. We definitely can see the logo. The 2 people, that covers up the logo too much, I believe. That's your text only. The maximum of 4 people. Okay. I kind of like, oddly enough, I kind of like this one here. Become an art expert, learn from the Etsy art admirer. I think we're going to go with this one. Okay, so we found our 2 picture slots. We have the logo. We're going now to test the outline and see what the outline is. I think that that's pretty good. So guess what we get to do now? We get to apply. Apply. Make sure that you guys can see this. No, you didn't see any of that, did you? Here I go again with this. Oh, oh, I have to figure that out. Anyway, we went out, we got a picture of an art admirer. We decided to go with Oscar Wilde. We brought his screenshot into StreamYard, and the background was removed, and he's been placed on the thumbnail. We're very happy with the layout that we're using. We so happen to be using the layout number 1. Layout number 1, we figured out our title. We're very happy with that. We're outlining everyone, and now for apply. Apply. Now, the thing that's missing from this, though, is the green. We have lost the green when we went with the violet or lavender. So we are not getting the green in there. So what should we do about that? We're not getting the green. We could add a okay, what color is the green again? 10 AC. 7.4. Okay, there's our green. I'm going to take this hex, I'm going to take it once again over to Google Images, just the hex color. And what I want to do is grab an image that uses that hex color. Oh, circuit boards are that hex color. Okay, that's funny. That hex color is not used in a lot of things. So it may end up being where I just have to grab a screenshot of the hex color and throw it over to Canva, which is what I'm going to do right now. So give me a moment. And we want to do a logo. Going to add a page, go into my elements, and we just kind of want an orb shape, maybe an orb. Do that. Graphics. Go elements again. Go see all, and just going to pick this guy here and turn him into the new green color, which is this color here. And it's the other violet color that we're using. We have Oscar. And we're using the violet color, which is this color here. And come back over here and make the background the violet color. All right. Make this a little bigger. Put him over here. Make him the logo. All right, come back over to StreamYard. And guess what we get to do? We get to add another, remember we're in a 2 layout. So let me go to the max of 4 people so that I can add another person. I'm going to remove the background and I'm going to save. And there's our green. Okay, with 3 people. Let me remove the Etsy logo. Oh, no, not just quite yet. So there's my green. There's my 2 people. 2 people. Text only. 4 people. 2 people. Okay, let me move this crazy background and put him over here. And let's try Oscar in the middle. And we would have to go with that coloration because we're not getting the green in the green is not showing up at all now. So we'll go with this one here. So we have the Art Admirer, Oscar, and Etsy. We're going to go ahead and apply. Apply. The stream is going to be called what did I do? I'm going to download right away. Download him. So currently I'm just a little confused here. So just give me a second. Finder. Downloads. Here he is here. Become an art expert, learn from the Etsy Admirer. Oh, I know where I have that. We have it over on here. So Become an art expert. Learn from art admirer. Put that up here. And thumbnail creation. Okay, and this is going to be here. Take the period out. It's going to become here. Public schedule for later. We've already downloaded it. We're not editing it. We've downloaded it. And guess what? April 5th at 9:55 a.m. we are going to create our stream. And there we go. Etsy's secret weapon, that's today. Become an art expert, that's tomorrow. And we are good to go. We can X out of our StreamYard window right now and go over to YouTube. And go into our channel and lives. And it should come up shortly. Let's go into our studio. Content, live, and here we are here. This is it here. Okay, and present. And we are ready to go. There we are. So tomorrow's episode is Become an Art Expert, Learn from the Art Admirer. Remember, that is a persona for the gift mode, and thumbnail creation. Become an art expert and learn from the Etsy Art Admirer. From the Etsy Art Admirer. Hold on a minute, okay, please. From the Etsy Art Admirer. And we're going to save that, and we are so ready to go. We'll fill out the rest of the description, add our tags, and all sorts of things like that. So let's go ahead and put myself on mute for just a couple moments, and then we'll wrap the show up. Okay, so there we go. We were able to accomplish this in 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 54 seconds. I want to thank you very much for coming to my Etsy Secret Weapon Unpacking the CEO Strategy today and thumbnail creation. This is the thumbnail for tomorrow. We will see you then. Talk to you soon. Bye bye now.